Hi, my name is Jasmine from Piers Sailing Center. Today we're going to be learning about the ocean zones. So the first zone in the ocean is the sunlight zone. This zone is 200 meters deep, which is 2 football fields put together. In this zone, you get a little bit of sunlight. And animals that live in this zone are dolphins, tuna, seals, turtles, seaweed, and coral. Because this zone gets sunlight, plants are able to grow. And since there are plants that can grow in this zone, we have animals like dolphins and sea turtles that can grow and live. In the next zone, the Twilight Zone, you get a little bit of sunlight, but not enough sunlight for plants to grow. This zone is a little bit darker than the sunlight zone. The temperature of the water is also not as warm as the sunlight zone because there's no sunlight to warm up the water. In this zone, we have animals like shrimp and swordfish that you find living in this zone. This zone is also 200 to 1,000 meters deep, which is taller than the tallest building in the world. The next zone is the midnight zone. The midnight zone has no sunlight, so animals live in complete darkness. Here we have it, a little bit darker than the other two zones. The temperature in this zone is also much colder than the sunlight and the twilight zone because there's absolutely no sunlight in this zone. You also have animals like the Greenland shark and the anglerfish that live in this zone. A lot of animals that live in the midnight zone also start to have bioluminescence. So like in the anglerfish, they have a light on their head so that then they can see around the water and see where they're going. After the midnight zone, you get into the abyss. Here you have animals like the crab and the fang-toothed fish. A lot of these animals are darker in color, they're not as colorful like a lot of the animals in the sunlight zone because there's no sunlight to help them with these colors. The abyss comes from a Greek word which means no bottom because it is so deep in the ocean. It goes 13,000 to 19,000 feet deep in the ocean. The abyss is also only partially explored by humans. You need really expensive equipment and high-tech equipment to explore the abyss because it's so deep. In this zone, you have animals that also don't have a lot of bones. So you also get sea stars and squid because there's so much pressure in the water for being so deep in the water. The next zone is the trench. The trench goes 19,000 to 36,000 feet deep in the ocean. In the trench, you need special equipment to explore because the water is so cold and there's a lot of pressure from being so deep in the ocean. In the trench, you can find animals like the sea cucumber and the starfish. And that concludes the 5 ocean zones. Now we're going to color in the ocean animals. When you go swimming, you only encounter the sunlight zone. But because of drones and modern technology, we're able to discover deeper zones of the ocean. Hope you enjoyed coloring and tuning into this Ocean Science After School program. Until next time. Boom.